Hi guys, I am here to do part 2. Pretty much we're just going to go over how to seal them at the start, and then once you have your cup all together. Pretty much I had to go out and I got more. This is the updated package as far as what the tube looks like, and this stuff, it's different on the back now too. It says that tack-free it's 30 minutes and water exposure is 30 minutes. Full cure is 24 hours. So you could technically fill this after 30 minutes. What I do is, thankfully this is a new one, I already cut it. It's nicer to use the first line that they give you, just because you have a tinier area. Sorry, I just got a star. So what you're going to do is you are just going to gob this up. And I'm not too concerned. I go pretty thick, but I'm not making it because it's still got some little goopies, like air bubbles in there. But that's okay, because I'm going to shove a popsicle stick down in there. Just because I want this to be as good of a seal as possible. And then I'm going to go through and make it globbed up again. You kind of only get one shot at this. So you see what I'm doing here with shoving my popsicle stick in? Well, when you start your cup and you epoxy it, don't get a whole lot of epoxy up there. What I've actually been doing is I will take one of my silicone brushes. Sorry, this one actually still has wet epoxy on. But I will kind of shove it a little bit right at the edge, just because if you get too much epoxy up here, then you have to get an X-Acto knife in there and cut it out, and it's just going to be a pain in the tush. So try to make your life easier and don't get epoxy up there, but you don't want it to like have this weird looking gap at the top either. So it's kind of got a hit or miss sort of thing. But these cups, they really kind of suck in the fact that if you mess up one part, you're kind of screwed. Like if you mess up the base of it, you can't do much about it. Like if you break this off, you could probably weld it back on. It's only like attached by 4 little pings. That's why I said it doesn't really matter if you get water in there, because it's not a tight seal. Like the water leaks out of there anyhow. So I'm almost done shoving this down in there. I'm not too concerned about the edge, just because I'm going to wipe that in a minute. Okay, what I am going to do though is, oh, now I'm knocking things over. Also inspect them when you get them, because one of the first 30 ouncers that I got, it had like little scratches and dings, and depending on what you're doing, that could actually affect your project. So I'm going to go around and get any kind of silicone off of my cup, because this is going to be visible. I mean, this one's just for my daughter for her birthday, but she'll be fine. But I kind of turned into a little bit of a perfectionist about this stuff. So, oh, I almost shoved it on there and I'm totally not ready for that yet. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to go around again. And this time you want to cover any kind of air bubbles. Like, make it nice and thick. Okay, so your cup should look like this. It's really gross on the ridges, like you, but it shouldn't have any kind of air bubbles, because we're not going to be running the popsicle stick in there again. And then at this point you would technically be done with your silicone. Just know that this stuff up there has a tendency to get dried out, and then you have to like kind of pull it out. It gets stringy. So now what you do is you just put this guy on, and like I said, I'm not too concerned about all the goopiness. but you want to make sure that it gets in there. There we go. And like I said yesterday, I put this on to tighten it down, to kind of hold it in place to seal. But you are going to want to let it air out before you put the water and stuff in there. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take a paper towel. You're just going to wipe it. And I'll also show you, I didn't tape this one. I got really lazy and it looks awful right now. It'll look better. But pretty much that's how you do the top rim. Half hour from now I'll maybe play a little bit more. This I went through and I put more little puppy paws in, and I'm not happy at the fact that I can see my seam in the fabric, but it'll be alright. It was a practice cup because I never did a fabric one of these before, and I honestly don't know how it'll hold up over time, so I kind of test things out before I offer it. So what you're going to do is obviously have a paper towel or something down because it's probably going to make a little bit of a mess. The one challenge that you're going to have with your chunky glitter in these screw lids, or bottoms I should say, is that your glitter is going to get stuck in the threads. So it might give you a hard time. These, when I took it off earlier, there were like wrinkled paws in there. I felt really bad, but at the same time, you can't do much because some of them just float no matter what. So what I do at this point is I go around on the outside here and I wipe it so that no drippies are there. I think the water level is fine enough. It doesn't need to be to the brim because, I mean, if you really wanted it to, you can make it. But I don't mind like the little tiny gap that it had. I mind it when it is like only like halfway. It makes a couple of silly and pointless. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make another mess. In the past, I have been known to run a bead of silicone around here, around this, well, the hog ones don't have that rubber gasket, but these 16-ounce ones that I have do for some reason. But I'm kind of finding that it might be overkill. I don't know. Just for kicks, I'll go through and do it both ways, because you can never be too safe on getting things to be waterproofed. I should probably pull the puppy paw prints out of there though. Okay, and then just because I don't know how it'll go, I'll put a goggle on the outside here too. That's pretty much it. Put your lid on, screw it down as tight as you can. You are going to have a whole lot of nasty coming out, so try not to get that on your hands. Put your paper towel, but you don't want to smear it like all over the place because it could leave some sort of funkiness on your clear plastic or possibly on your stainless steel, so you got to be really careful. I mean, worst case scenario, you make it have some chunky glitter, or even fine glitter might work, I don't know. So that's, give it another turn, just make sure it's on there tight, and then go ahead and wipe it another time. And you're not going to want to turn this until at least like a half hour, just to let it cure a little bit. And then that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.